My name is Jacqueline Fahmy. It will be my pleasure introducing to you the agility of value methodology. To myself, I'm the president of VECG, Value Engineering Consultants Group, which has 3 branches in Egypt, Emirates, and Saudi Arabia. I'm the president of AMA chapter, Eastern Mediterranean and African chapter, the director of membership since 2016. I'm a certified value specialist from SAID International. My PhD was related on the application of value engineering. I'm certified PMP project management professional. My Master of Science was based on the application of project management. I'm a certified Six Sigma Black Belt from ASQ, approved instructor for Fundamental 1 and 2, a certified Agile certified practitioner from PMI, and a certified professional Scrum Master, approved value engineering facilitator for SABEC, Saudi Aramco Authority of Water, SWCC, Dubai Municipality, Eastern Region Municipality, and many other consultants around the world. The main objective of this study is to highlight the agility of value methodology and how it could serve Agile practitioners delivering only what the client considers has the maximum value. So let's start. As we know, COVID-19 is having major consequences on the world economy, and experts have predicted that COVID-19 will lower global gross domestic product growth, and it happened. The whole world is now a single global community where any measure happening in one part is bound to have repercussions in the rest of the world. Some of the world leading suppliers are developing strategies to move into the provision of innovation combination of products and services as high value integrated solution tailored to each customer needs, rather than simply moving downstream into services, which emerged the need to study the possibility of merging the value methodology as a value improvement approach with the mindset that welcome changes, fast delivery, uncertainty, and prioritize the customer satisfaction. The research question of this paper is, could we consider the value methodology as an agile problem-solving approach? To answer this question, we've done a comparative analysis according to the 12 Agile Principles in addition to the 6 rules of declaration of interdependence. The paper is composed of 5 sections. Section number 1 is about what the value means as per the value methodology guide to clear any misunderstanding for people not familiar with value methodology. Section number 2 is about what's Agile, to introduce Agile to value practitioners. Section number 3 is a comparative analysis based on the 12 principles of Agile to find the common points between Agile and the value methodology. Section number 4 is to highlight the importance of value methodology for Agile practitioners, and section number 5 to measure the agility of value methodology by highlighting the 6 rules of Agile Declaration of Interdependence. The method used is the comparative analysis to find the common points between the value methodology and Agile. So let's start section number 1. What the value means as per VECG guide. The concept of value cares for both the customer needs and the organization interest in best using the available resources to satisfy these needs. Value methodology also focuses on the idea of a function as the means to describe the customer needs. As we know, value methodology helps to find solutions for all kinds of challenges, because value methodology by design a multidisciplinary team, multi-criteria method that looks at both value and cost. It can solve problems and produce solutions that can easily be implemented by looking for the functions. Value methodology takes you away from a monodisciplinary approach and opens a fresh perspective on the challenge at hand. The language, verb and noun, and the method allow people with totally different backgrounds, discipline, interest to work together and find common ground and out-of-the-box solution. As per the graph, using the traditional approach, people were used to find the problem, then start working directly on proposing solution. But using methodology, we normally focus on function, following the well-known steps of the function analysis phase to be able to propose better solution. Section number 2. What's Agile? As we know, Agile is a mindset defined by Agile Manifesto values, guided by Agile Manifesto 12 principles, and enabled by various practices. First, let's introduce the 4 values of Agile. Value number 1 is that Agile prioritize individuals and interactions over processes and tools. Prioritize working software over comprehensive documentation, and prioritize customer collaboration over contract negotiation. Also prioritize responding to change over following a plan. The 12 clarifying principles flowed from those 4 values as per PMI Agile Practitioner Guide. So let's know more about those 12 principles and the relationship between value methodology and Agile. We start the comparative analysis based on the 12 principles of Agile Manifesto. The main objective of this analysis is to measure the agility of value methodology and whether we can consider the value methodology as an agile problem-solving approach or no, according to the 12 principles of Agile Manifesto. The first principle is of Agile Manifesto is satisfying the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. As per the VIM guide, the concept of value cares for both customer needs and organization interest in better using the available resources to satisfy these needs. The concept of value is based on the idea that people make rational buying decisions based upon the relationship between the total cost of ownership and performance. So we are focusing on satisfying the client. We are studying the value to meet the client expectation. So I think the first principle is already achieved by the value methodology. Principle number 2 of the Agile principles is welcome changing even late in the development. As per the VIM guide, as we know, value methodology could be applied anytime, but the earliest application could lead to highest values. So that's why it's highly recommended that we apply the value methodology early. For projects, as development progresses, the cost of making changes increase until a point of no return is reached, and the cost of redesigning, reordering, and rescheduling overwhelms the potential benefits. So that's why it's highly recommended that we apply the value methodology early, but it doesn't mean that there is a constraint or we don't welcome changes. Yes, we welcome changes. So we can say the value methodology is welcome changing anytime, exactly like in principle number 3, deliver working software frequently. So as per Agile principles, what we mean by delivering working software frequently is it means delivering a product or a part of the project or a work package that could deliver value to your client. The traditionally requirements capture method usually discourage further adaptation once the plan is running. After the requirements are described, they are broken down and recompiled into logical groups, often to create delivery milestones. It is obviously in the developer's interest to strive to meet these milestones, as payment is usually attached to them. Change is seen as adding risk. So in the traditional approach, waterfall approach, they consider changing as adding risk. So instead of having the scope as constraint, in the approach of Agile, we are considering the time and cost are the main constraints, and we achieve the scope according to the available resources. So as we see in the graph, it's the inverted triangle model in which we are comparing between the Agile and the waterfall management approach. See, as per the traditional approach, the triple constraints are scope, time and cost, but as per Agile, we consider that the two main constraints are the time and cost, because we are welcome changing. So we normally expect that the scope of work change accordingly, without adding more time. And our role as Agile practitioners is to accept a change without adding cost, without proposing extra cost or extra duration. In value methodology, we have a time box for a value study that could vary from 3 to 8 days, and at the end of the agreed duration, we normally deliver workable solutions to improve the value of the subject under study. So it seems that we agree as well with the Agile in the third principle as well. In principle number 4, business people and developers must work together. As per the VECG guide, one of the foundational concepts of the value methodology states that multidisciplinary team is responsible to improve the value of a project, product, process, service, or organization through the analysis of functions. Team members may come from different areas within the same organization or outside it, such as clients, designers, or any other stakeholders who will bring the required set of knowledge expected to achieve the desired result. So I think we are totally with this principle as well. Especially the language, verb, and noun, and the method allow people with total different backgrounds, disciplines, interests to work together and find common ground and out of the box solution. In principle number 5, build the projects around motivated individuals, give them support they need, trust them. As per the VECG guide, in value methodology study, special consideration should be given to the following points. Number 1, engagement of cooperation within interdisciplinary teams in order to find solutions that find a consensus. Praise and recognize of the team achievement. So we are totally with encouraging and trusting the team. Principle number 6, as per Agile Manifesto, is the most efficient and effective method of conveying information is face-to-face communication. As per our main reference for the value methodology, the VECG guide, the application of the value methodology within the context of a value methodology study is an intensive focused effort in which members of the value methodology team, project owner, and user representative come together in the same room as a single team, possessing a single goal to improve project value. So it's clear that one of our principles as well is the face-to-face communication. In principle number 7, working solution is the primary measure of progress. The word working solution refers to working for acceptable deliverables. In value methodology, it refers to workable solution. As we know, at the end of each workshop, we should measure the difference between before the value methodology workshop and after the value methodology workshop, using the different value models, like and not limited to the cost models, the energy models, if there is risk models, or models to measure the impact on time as well, in addition to the life cycle cost models. So we have a lot of models to measure if what we've proposed are workable solution and could have a positive impact on our project or no. So this is one, I consider that this principle is one of the value methodology principles. As in principle number 8, the sponsors, developers, and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. According to the VEM guide, in value methodology, to sustain a value methodology program, we consider one of the key components of a successful value methodology program is the need for a strong implementation process that is both transparent and assigns accountability. Many programs' success in the performance of the value methodology studies and identification of good potential alternatives, but they fail to successfully implement the recommendation changes. So we consider one of the most important principle that to maintain the value methodology program in any organization is the application of the value methodology recommendation. This is what we are proposing to maintain a constant pace in any organization. As per the principle number 9, the continuous attention to technical excellence and good design. As per the VEM guide, the value methodology team can only be successful if the team not only has the necessary expertise and the experience, but is also familiar with the methods and tools. So it means we always need to learn more by attending SAVE conferences, by knowing the new or different tools and techniques to solve the different type of project problems. I think we agree with this principle as well. Principle number 10, the simplicity is the art of maximizing the amount of work not done. So they think that is so essential that they maximize the amount of work not done. So let's see how this point was highlighted in our VEM guide. In the VEM guide, this is what we normally do by working on eliminating unwanted functions or secondary functions that has no value to the customer and are not required for the existence of the basic function. So I think we totally agree with them in this principle as well. because actually this is what differentiates the value methodology from any problem solving approach, is that we are focusing on the function. And principle number 11, the best architectures, requirements and design emerge from self-organized teams. As per the VEM guide, in value methodology study, special consideration should be given to the following points: maintaining a skeptical view of the status in order to drive beneficial changes, and support for decision making in the team. The value methodology team should be a self-organized team as well. Yes, they work. They follow the instruction of the value methodology facilitator, but the role is facilitator is coming from the word facile. Facile en français, c'est-à-dire facile in English means making the things easy. Okay, so our role as facilitators is just to give the team tools and techniques that could ease the application of each process. But at the end, the decision or all the output should be based on the team decisions. So we are totally with this principle as well, that the value methodology team should be a self-organized, not directed team. That's why it's highly preferred that the team members become a certified value methodology associate from SAIA International to get level of information that allow him to become a self-organized team member. So I think we are totally with this principle as well. The last principle number 12, is the team reflects on how to become more effective and adjust the performance accordingly. As per the VEM guide, during the implementation phase, we work on finding what could improve value of the future value methodology study. So we are totally with this principle as well. As per what we've discussed before, I think we are totally with the 12th principle of the Agile project management. I think so. We accordingly we could consider the value methodology as an Agile problem-solving approach. But let's keep this decision till the end of the presentation, because we still have section number 4 and number 5 to decide. Section number 4 will highlight the importance of value methodology for Agile practitioners. Examples of methods that fall under Agile are extreme programming, Scrum, crystal clear, feature-driven development, lean software development, dynamic system development methodology, and Kanban. But new researchers show that organizations that use Agile often apply Scrum, and that the application of Scrum represents 52% from Agile applications, so we will focus on Scrum. In Scrum, we have 3 main roles: the role of the product owner, the team members, and the role of the Scrum Master. The role of the product owner is conducting several meetings to understand from the different stakeholders how they are evaluating the value and what the value means for them. Accordingly, they start to work together in cooperation with Scrum team members to prioritize the product backlog. Product owner main responsibility is to create the product backlog for and with the team members. Then they break down the backlog, which include all the requirements to like work packages. These work packages to be achieved should be done during a time frame which could vary from one organization to another, but mainly for Scrum it's in 2 weeks. During the 2 weeks, the team work on doing the sprint backlog, which include a group of ready for implementation product backlog in which all the requirements were prioritized according to its value to the customer and according to the risk. Consider that it's highly preferred, as per Agile, it's highly preferred that we deliver the requirements which has high value first to the client. Also, the requirements which has the high risk first to avoid delaying the whole project or to avoid facing high risk at the end of the project, which could not be mitigated. During each sprint, which represent only 2 weeks, we work mainly face-to-face or in a place that allows that they communicate face-to-face. They are doing a daily scrum, which represents a stand-up meeting composed of 15 minutes to discuss what they are gonna do during the day and the problems that they faced in the previous day, and if they expect any obstacles that could prevent them from doing their job. At the end of each sprint, they are doing a sprint meeting in which they are comparing what was done to the definition of done, means what the stakeholders consider has value for them. Accordingly, after each sprint meeting, we are doing sprint retrospective in which the team is evaluating his performance during the previous iteration and try to propose how to improve performance. It's like recording a lesson learned from the previous iteration and proposing solution. Chapter number 5, we are gonna measure the agility of the value methodology. In order to understand how we can achieve agility, we can take a look at the further definitions that are available, especially from sources that look into agility from a perspective that is wider than that of just one. One of these attempts to define agility is a larger context took place in 2005 when Cockburn gathered a group of project managers together to discuss agility within a project context and from a project management viewpoint. This gathering resulted in the declaration of interdependence, which links people, projects, and value with agile and adaptive approaches. Accordingly, they have summarized the increased ROI. Point number two, deliver reliable results by engaging customers. Rule number 3, expect uncertainty. Rule number 4, unleash creativity and innovation. And rule number 5, boost performance. Rule number 6, improve effectiveness and reliability. Used to score the agility of value methodology that could be summarized as the following table. So in light of this table, we could summarize that yes, the value methodology is an agile approach, or the reference used to be able to do the comparative analysis. Thank you.